Hi there, friends and neighbors. I am just Rob, and today, as you can tell from that title down there, I'm going to be talking about some SHIN-GODZILLA news. Right out of G-Fest. Now, I'm going to be reading an article from Bloody Disgusting. A link to this article will be put down below in the description. Don't expect a new Toho Godzilla film anytime soon. With Legendary knee-deep in their Monsterverse and Toho recently releasing Shin-Godzilla, you may be wondering, what's going on with the rights to the Godzilla character? As it turns out, Legendary inked a multi-year deal with Toho that will allow them to make the upcoming films Godzilla 2, King of Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong. But that's only one end of the deal. Shin-Godzilla co-director Shinji Higuchi made crystal clear sense of the deal during his Q&A at G-Fest over this weekend. Bumming out the entire crowd, he revealed that the partnership with Legendary means that Toho can't make another Godzilla film until after 2020. This is in quotes. A lot of people have questions. When is the next Japanese Godzilla movie coming out? They cannot make it until after 2020. In other words, Toho has to wait until Legendary finishes Godzilla vs. Kong, which is set for a 2020 release date, before they can even begin work on either a Shin-Godzilla sequel or any film featuring Godzilla whatsoever. And suddenly, anime Godzilla makes a whole lot more sense now, doesn't it? At this time, we have no idea what plans will be post-2020, but Higuchi did note that he'd gladly direct another Godzilla movie if asked. Meanwhile, Shin-Godzilla is heading to stateside home video on August 1st. Now, there is a video in this link that you can watch where it's like the entire panel of Shinji Higuchi and all the other special guests talking. And the article says to jump forward to the 12-minute mark for the full story behind the deal, which led to Shin-Godzilla being rushed into production so as not to clash with Legendary's projects. Shin-Godzilla was rushed into production? I thought they just thought, hey, good time as any. Alright, so let's count it down. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. So Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out in 2020, more towards the beginning of spring and summer. So let's say after that they start production on it in mid-summer of 2020. That gives them a whole year to film and edit and possibly even more. So let's say, hypothetically, we have a 5 to 6 year gap in between Shin-Godzilla and Shin-Godzilla 2 / New Godzilla movie. How does that work? Are there more cons than pros or more pros than cons? Well, the way that I see it is, if it's a Shin-Godzilla sequel, this will give Hideaki Anno ample time to finish Evangelion 3.0.1.0, so that way we can get that titanic talent of Anno and Higuchi together to direct a sequel. And it'll give the writing team a whole bunch more time to really flesh out what could be a Shin-Godzilla sequel. And I'm saying Shin-Godzilla sequel because that's just what I prefer. Again, time against it, I do think that a Shin-Godzilla sequel is the way to go with this, just because I want to see what happens next. There's no way you can end the Shin-Godzilla series on that one ambiguous shot of the hybrids coming out. Personally, I feel it's better to continue on from that instead of just cutting it off at the nerve and just saying, yep, that's it, everything's dead. I mean, even in the movie they said that he'd thaw out eventually, so what's the point in not making a sequel to that? Shin-Godzilla did immensely well in Japan. It won a whole bunch of awards, and I think it'd be a little silly of Toho to not continue on with that. But then again, over here in America, the fan base is pretty much split down the middle with Shin-Godzilla. And I'm sure the fan base in Japan might have a little bit of a split as well. But I'm seeing more negative coming from the US fans than I am the Japan fans. Now, if they were to go about and reboot the series again with a new Godzilla movie, I wouldn't mind that at all, honestly. I really wouldn't. And yeah, I'd be upset that it wasn't a Shin-Godzilla sequel, but a new Godzilla movie's a new Godzilla movie. I'm gonna be hyped as hell for it, either way you look at it. So be it a Shin-Godzilla sequel, this gives Toho enough time to get Hideaki Anno back on, as well as Shinji Higuchi, and they have time to develop a story, to get their team together, and to just quietly work on a sequel. If they don't continue the Shin-Godzilla series, they have that amount of time to find a brand new director, a new team, and everything for a whole new story. So while this is upsetting, it also has its pros to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to live in a world where we got a new Godzilla movie every single year, but anyway, what are your thoughts about this? How do you feel about the fact that we're not going to see another Japanese Godzilla movie until after 2020? Are you mad about this? Are you happy about this? Does it not bother you at all? Comment down below and tell me. Like I said, I see this as a double-edged sword. It's got good qualities and bad qualities. It's not like they can be helped whatsoever. And, you know, in all honesty, I'm very excited to see what Legendary is going to do with the Godzilla character and their Monsterverse. I would prefer a Shin-Godzilla sequel, but whatever Toho decides to do, I'll back back them up on that. But anyway, I have been Just Rob of Crazy Calyx. Check the links down below. Give this video a like, dislike, comment, drop a sub, drop a sandwich. I don't care. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye, everybody.